All right, folks, welcome back to the TNT show. Today we're going to talk about NBA basketball and we're just going to continue our catch up with the playoffs. So, just to catch back up, we're in the semis now. The semifinals matchups are set, but before we get into that, um the Nuggets ended up beating the Clippers by I think about 20 or so points, could have been more. They were about 30 in the third quarter. So,
Yeah, they beat them
com-
120 to 101.
complete blowout. I mean, Kawhi Leonard showed up to play, but everybody else just didn't seem like they got off the bus. Especially James Harden. I know he's going to get a lot of criticism because they always say he folds in the big time games, game sevens, elimination games. He's just not there. So, other than that, the Rockets fell to the Warriors, which I think everybody expected. The Warriors kind of did blow the 3-1 lead, but they closed it out. So, um, semifinal matchups, we got Knicks Celtics, we got Nuggets Thunder, we got Timberwolves and Warriors, who are both the lower seeds, by the way. And we have the
Pacers and Cavaliers.
there you go, Pacers Cavs. So just to go ahead and pick up with the Pacers and Cavs, because their game happened yesterday. The
Mm.
Pacers stole game one and they looked pretty good while doing it. I mean, you kind of take it with a grain of salt because they're missing one of their star players, and Darius Garland, their point guard, who is pouring in about 20 a night. That's a. It's hard to replace 20 a night, especially in the NBA. So again, I think the Pacers just present the Cavaliers with a tougher matchup because their bigs on the Pacers can step out and shoot the ball. So that means the Cavs bigs, while their defense has been so good, is because they're allowed to roam around the paint. They don't have to step out to the 3-point line and guard a lot of these bigs because a lot of them can't shoot like that. So, I mean, people are gonna overreact and say, "Oh, the Pacers are probably gonna win a series," which it's very realistic given the matchups and whatnot. But I mean, it's just game one. Cavs are gonna make their adjustments, and we'll see what happens in game two.
I think the best game of the semis is probably going to be the Thunder and the Nuggets. That's going to be probably that they're probably going to the winner of that's probably going to go to the championship.
Yeah, no, honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that series right there is probably gonna feel like a conference finals matchup because you have your top two MVP candidates going up against each other. Two
I
really
think
good
that one's going to go
teams.
7 games.
I think it could definitely hit 7 games. And in the regular season, I think I want to say either the Nuggets beat them twice or they split the season series.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that part I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure either, but again, like I said, both teams are.
I think OKC may have the advantage, maybe. They did sweep the Grizzlies. They swept Memphis. So they've been sitting at home for a little bit too. The Nuggets just played a 7 game series against the Clippers.
Yeah, I think it's still equal because if you think you get one team has had a lot of rest and the other team just came off a game seven. A lot of times when you have that much rest in between, you're a little sluggish right out the gate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
after a 7 game series and you only get one day of rest in between or a couple days, like that can also throw you off. So I think that first game is going to be it could go either way
If the
in all
Thunder come
honesty.
out and do what they can do, so let's just say they beat the Nuggets by 15, 20. Yeah. You can probably go ahead and put them in the playoffs. Or I mean in the championship, sorry.
Ah,
If they sweep Denver, let's just say they sweep them 4-0. Oh yeah. It's a wrap. They'll kill the Timberwolves and the Warriors.
yeah, because neither one of them will be able to. I'm trying to.
I think this is a little bit of a statement for SGA to kind of show that he is an MVP level player. Can he, like you said earlier, can he win when it matters the most? A lot of people give James Harden crap about that. I was going to say that he can't win the big games, I know it's a team sport, but he
Yeah, but
always disappears.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a team sport, but you're gonna need your best players to step up. I mean, in that game seven, I think he had like 7 points. So, I mean, again, you just as a star player, you know you're gonna catch a lot of flack about that because I mean, you have to. You one of the
For
best.
sure.
Um,
Yeah, he had 7 points. Kawhi had 22.
yeah, it was bad. Like I said, in the third quarter, the Nuggets were about like 30. Russell Westbrook got a technical foul. He was jawing at him.
But so
It
Jokic
was,
only had 16, but they were probably resting him because, like you said, they were up 30.
yeah, I mean, they had like all their starters were in double digits, and I think they had a couple guys off the bench that had double digits too. So I mean, when you
The only
get that
person
type
off the
of
bench that had double digits was Westbrook. He had
oh, okay,
16.
well, yeah. I mean, like I said, when you have all the
Their
effort from the
starting
start,
five, one. Aaron Gordon had 22. Michael Porter had 15. Jokic had 16. Murray had 16. And Christian Braun had 21. And then Westbrook had 16. So, yeah.
yeah, they said if they didn't fire Michael Malone, then they wouldn't be sitting in a semifinals matchup with the Thunder. Which I mean, based on the back half of their season and the way it was looking, you probably think they were right about it. In all honesty, but we'll see how it plays out. Though I think it, like you said, it'll be a really great series. It's gonna feel like a conference championship matchup, and I think it could go 7 games. Uh, so Knicks and Celtics, another interesting series because you have the Knicks who somewhat struggled against the Pistons in a series that went to 6 games, should have been seven because we'll be honest, the Pistons got cheated in game five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5.
Um, I think if the Celtics again can continue to be fully healthy, I mean I think they could sweep the Knicks here because if they struggled against the Pistons bad, like it was a tough fight for them to put the Pistons out in 6 games. Celtics won in five. Now I'll be honest too, they struggled, but they still closed the series out like they were supposed to.
Yeah.
And a couple of their games were blowouts, and one of them they were missing their best player. So
Yeah.
with a fully healthy Celtics team, for one, they're tough to guard. 1 through 5, you have a solid guy in your 6 man who just won 6 man of the year coming off your bench, and you got guy they have a deep rotation that they can still utilize in the semifinals. So the Knicks, I think, if they want to upset Boston, they're gonna have to play their best. If it's 7 games, then their best 7 games because I think that's the only way they win the series is if they force 7 games. Boston is they weren't that great at home, but they were a really good road team. So the Knicks are going to have to make sure to defend their home court very well because if they don't, I see this series probably going maybe 6.
Yeah, I don't know if the Knicks are going to have enough. Especially like you just said, if Boston comes in healthy, they're going to be tough to beat. The Knicks can score though. They can score a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
points.
yeah, yeah. No, they can definitely score a lot. It's just it's the defense. Boston has a great defense too. Again, especially when 100% healthy. They're missing their best defender right now in Drew Holiday. He's been nursing that hamstring injury. So when he gets back,
Yeah.
I mean it like I said, it'll be tough. It's gonna be tough
But
for
they
teams to
didn't need him to beat the Magic. So,
yeah, no. I mean, like again, the main reason the Celtics struggle with the Magic is because the Magic have a top 5 defense in the league. I think they finished I don't know exactly what number they finished, but I know for sure they were top 5, and that's really good out of 32 teams. And
I
you could
mean,
tell,
realistically, Boston blew them out in game 5. But other than that, I mean, the series was kind of close. Game
yeah,
game 1 was, they got beat by almost 20. So,
yeah,
but game 5, I mean, they got blown out. They got beat 120-89. So,
yeah.
yeah,
I
like
mean,
you said,
again,
I think the Knicks just gotta, if they're gonna beat the Celtics, they're gonna have to take it 7 games. I don't think Boston's just gonna roll over unless Jason Tatum or Jalen Brown get hurt.
their biggest X factor is definitely going to be Jalen Brunson scoring against Boston's defenders. They're probably going to send. If I had to guess, they probably gonna send Jalen Brown at him, Drew Holiday, Derek White, you know, some of the best defenders. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, another could be definitely another great series. It's either 7 games or Boston wins in 6, maybe 5. That's my guess.
Yeah. So touching on the Timberwolves and Warriors again. The Warriors are coming off of a 7 game series. Timberwolves, realistically, they swept the Lakers, but give them credit where credit's due. The Lakers did win one, but I think the Timberwolves are. I think the Warriors are going to beat the Timberwolves. Just the experience factor. Steph
So
Curry, Jimmy Butler.
I'm
I
gonna
think
agree
that
to disagree, but I'll tell you why though. So don't get me wrong, the Warriors have the experience. They've had the title
the
runs.
health concerns are a little concerning for me with Jimmy Butler.
I wouldn't even say that. It's more of do they have enough? Like if you saw with the Rockets, they don't have enough rotation outside of Buddy Hield, who is again another one of their. I'm pretty sure he's a starter, or does he come off the bench? Whichever way, they just don't have enough of players who can add in points. Like if you look at the Timberwolves, they have a solid rotation. They have a lot of
Yeah.
really good players to complement Anthony Edwards. And I think they're just a better team here. I think this is another one of those series. Again, it could go back and forth. Or the Timberwolves are going to win in 5. Because I just don't think the Warriors have enough. And they have a really good defense, too. They're going to be able to limit what.
Yeah, Steph Curry's, although he's still great, he's getting up there too. He can't just do it all himself. Like you said, I
Exactly.
don't know if they have enough, but I think the experience may kick in. I think it'll go 6. Then again, the Timberwolves might sweep them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think if I had to pick a winner for this series, I'd probably say Timberwolves. They just, Anthony
The
Edwards is
Warriors are going to
just,
have to score more than 90. I can tell you that.
it's either that or their defense is going to have to step it up. Because
Yeah.
again, like, I,
I was gonna say it with the Nuggets, but Anthony, I can say it here. Anthony Edwards, he's gonna get his. He's gonna drop 30, 40, however many he gets. You
yeah,
just
just
got to
limit
limit
everybody.
outside of that.
There you go. Yeah, you already know it. There you go. I
You
think
just
that's
let him do whatever he's going to get his. It is what it is. You just got to limit outside of that. Don't let somebody else come in and score 25 on either. So
exactly. But I mean, that's pretty much all the catch up we have for the playoffs right now. We got who's today? We have the Knicks and the Celtics and the Nuggets and Thunder. They both play today. Those series start. And the rest of the week, we got the rest of the semifinals matchup. So whenever we can get us another basketball episode out, if we find some extra time, we'll definitely have one out with more updates for y'all. But if we don't get y'all one till next week, just know we'll get y'all all the way caught up. Which obviously y'all are all the way caught up, but just from our standpoint. So, um, anything else basketball wise you want to add in, like how the Lakers
do
are supposed to win a championship?
do you think LeBron stays with him? A lot of people are saying he's going to leave. He only signed a 1 year deal to come back.
It
I
could go
think.
either way. I think the Lakers are in a bad position though because he has the leverage. So
Yeah.
if he wants more money, then they have to technically pay him more money, which I'm pretty sure they do that. But it's like the downside of it is you give him that money, then you're kind of stuck in the same position because you can't really build that team properly with what you have and how much you're paying these
I think you
guys.
move on if you want me to just be honest. It's like you said, he's old. He's old. Is he worth giving another what 50, $60 million?
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
like
yeah,
another year or two.
I get it. He's the name says everything you need to know.
If
But
I'm him though, if I'm him though, and knowing he's a billionaire, right? We know he's a billionaire at this
Right.
point.
What do you need the money for?
Just take the pay cut, build a team
Go
around you.
go chase another ring.
I don't even say chase. Stay at the Lakers, take a pay cut, let them build a team around you and Luca and Austin Reeves, who's a really good talent, who they're gonna have to pay down the road too, if they didn't already extend him, which I'm sure they did.
I think they did.
Y'all, they have to build a contender, and they can't do that with giving LeBron 50, $60 million at age 40.
Yeah, yeah. Because well, then again, yeah, you got Luca too, so I know he's up there in money too. So
Exact. I mean, you like I said, you saw how that whole scenario from this past year played out. They traded their best defensive big man, who also brought in 20 points a night, and got Luca, which hurt their defense so bad to the point that they couldn't even win a 7 game series.
you'd think if they'd had Anthony Davis, it'd have beat Minnesota.
I think so. I think I'm not saying that they would have beat them, but they would have had a better opportunity because if you saw in that series,
They
where
just
was the
couldn't stop
scoring
anybody. Yeah,
exactly, man? Where was the scoring outside of LeBron and where really realistically, where was the scoring outside of Luca? Because LeBron he had more than 20, like what, in like 3 games out of
yeah,
5.
yeah.
So he's not
And
your main guy
and
anymore.
we talked about it. You know, he's I mean, he's old, and they're playing him the whole game. It's going to be. I mean, obviously he did it, but what kind of wear and tear? You know, how much did that really affect him? Because apparently, he's hurt. Go figure that. You always see that, and I hate that. I cannot stand that. He strained his MCL. Where'd that
Yeah,
come from? It's
exactly.
always when like big players lose games. Oh, he tore his meniscus. What? Like, okay, I get it. You lost. You don't have to make it. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I don't know. I just always feel like when somebody loses the championship or loses a playoff game, oh, he had torn both his ACLs. What? No, you just got beat because your defense sucks. Was he
Yep.
hurt? Maybe, but
It is what it is, though. They got a lot of thinking they got to do in the
but
off
yeah,
season.
but yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much everything. I don't know if he's gonna leave. I doubt it. Don't really know why. I don't know where he would go. He can go. The thing is, though, his name, he can go anywhere he wants. Nobody's going to say no. I wouldn't think so anyway.
Yeah, he can kind of almost go wherever. Well, not wherever he wants. Obviously, he can go to a lot of places. If I were him, I'm honestly he could just go back to Cleveland again and
And
just
retire.
go to Cleveland, help Donovan Mitchell and company go for a championship, get you a ring, retire.
Yeah, and
Easy.
retire with the team that drafted you. Yeah, you could do that.
I could see that as realistic.
But I don't know if he'll go back. I don't know if he'll leave LA. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's. But yeah, I don't think he'll leave LA. He might. He might not. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got.
all right. Well, that's gonna wrap up this NBA playoffs episode. So if you made it this far in the video, comment who you think is gonna advance to the East and West Conference Championships. And we'll see y'all in the next episode.